You're watching the Frye Show on Rider Nation Station, brought to you through the help of these following fine sponsors: Buffalo Wild Wings, Miller's Funeral Home, Eagles Lodge 767, Rabel's Auto Service, Plus One Professionals, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Midway Trailers, American Legion Post 323, Albert Sporting Goods, Family Audiology, Speckman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Spees Chiropractic, Varsity Lanes, Minster Bank, VFW Post 9289, Guarneri Pizzeria, and Fowler's TV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Bo Frye Show. I'm your host, Joe Hurlburt, alongside head coach Bo Frye. And first of all, Coach, big win last week to wrap up the regular season, 28-21 over our rivals, Salina Bulldogs. So, congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much.
It's hard to believe that the regular season has come to a close.
Yeah, it went fast, didn't it? Yeah,
It did.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the way the Western Buckeye League shaped up and ended up for the 2022 season. Of course, the Western Buckeye League champions are the Wapakoneta Redskins. They went perfect, 9-0 in the Western Buckeye League, 9-1 overall. Van Wert finished second, 8-1 and 9-1 overall. The Rough Riders finished third in the Western Buckeye League, 7-2 league mark and 8-2 overall, followed by Salina at 6-3. Defiance 5-4 in the league. Shawnee 4-5. Elida 3-6. OG 2-7. Kenton went 1-8, and Bath was the only winless team in the Western Buckeye League. Coach, we're going to take a look at some of the clips, but overall, your assessments of the regular season.
I thought we fought back. I thought we struggled a little bit at times early in the season. I think we found ourselves, and I think our kids are resilient, and they fought through and finished the season out nice, and we're set up nice to make a nice little run in the playoffs.
Yeah, right now it seems like the Riders are peaking, so to speak, and I think with the win over Salina, that just gives a little fuel to the fire.
Yeah, you hope so, and our kids, they come back to work every week, and they're not ready for it to be done.
Last week, as far as Western Buckeye League scores are concerned, Van Wert defeated Bath 42-14. Wapak shut out Defiance 15-0. Shawnee defeated Elida 14-10. OG defeated Kenton 38-19. And, of course, the win that St. Mary's had over Salina 28-21. We've got a number of teams in the Western Buckeye League that has made it into the playoffs. We'll give that those games when we get ready to talk about the playoff, and we'll preview, of course, this week's game. Buckeye Valley, the Barons come to Grand Lake Health Systems Field. Talking to Coach Frye prior to going on the air, so to speak, this is their first run in the playoffs other than the COVID year when everybody made it.
Yeah, so it's great for their program that they got in, and obviously they're going to come jacked and ready to play. So
we'll talk about them in a little bit, but Coach, let's take a look at some of the clips last week as far as your ball club is concerned over the win over Salina. This is our first clip.
It's just a nice trap by Aiden Hinkle. He ran hard the other night, didn't he?
He did, and I'll tell you what. He did he find himself in the whirlpool or icing down on Saturday?
You know,
38. He had 38 carries.
Yeah, that's chump change though. You know, he used to give guys like 47 carries back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. So
Aiden Hinkle had an outstanding ball game carrying the football. 38 carries, as I mentioned, 174 yards. His 19 was his longest run, had 4 touchdowns on the evening. And, of course, he is the Western Buckeye League's leading rusher. And I think as far as touchdowns is concerned, I think he finished with 21 on the regular season. So an outstanding season for Aiden. And I'll tell you what, you can't do it. And we'll get some clips here shortly of the offensive line, but you can't do it without a good offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line we have this year, they're super big. You know, they're bigger than most St. Mary's lines. And they're physical, and they're a great group of kids, high-character kids. I've really enjoyed this group.
Let's check out our next clip.
I'll tell you what, the defense is playing a lot better.
Yeah.
They just look faster, don't they?
They do.
After we got embarrassed by Van Wert, I think we're starting to come into our own. So if we play great defense and play great on the O-line, great things can happen. And that's a great play by Jacob Kessler, who you didn't see until week 6.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, later in the ball game in the fourth quarter, it's all of a sudden Caleb Felver.
Yeah.
He woke up. We got a couple of his clips. He had some big plays.
Yeah, you didn't see him until about week 6 either, right? So
right.
Guys like him, man, that have really come on, and that's what St. Mary's football is about.
Yep.
We're lucky. We have 77 kids that, so we can make changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great play off the edge.
Yeah.
I think that's Caleb Felver right there.
Yeah. Just good pursuit by your defense.
Yeah.
Well, they played well. They held Salina. Well, Salina had 287 yards of total offense. 238 of that came through the air, but your rushing defense was stellar. 16 carries by Salina for just 49 yards.
Yeah,
so,
we were top of the Western Buckeye League in rushing defense after a pretty crappy start to the season, so.
This is play in the second quarter. This one here.
We had a corner bite.
Yep,
It happened right in front of my face. But a testament to their coaches and their kids for executing.
Yeah.
I was standing right there on the sideline. I watched him. I'm like, this guy's wide open. And I'm like, no. So it's really the only play they had in the first half.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. But sometimes they get you, and obviously we have to play better assignment football in the secondary.
Well, apparently it was in the second quarter, and that's probably on that particular play set up their only touchdown of the first half.
Yep.
But the Rough Riders scored twice. We'll continue to take a look at the clips.
It's a punt. I was pretty disappointed in this unit because Jay shanked a few on Friday, and it gave him great field position. So I think this was his one good one of the night. But we haven't used it much this year.
Yeah.
So as part of the, not to make excuses, we haven't punted a lot. But he did shank a few, but that was one good one of the night.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, coming into Friday's game, he was the Western Buckeye League's leading punter. I'm not so sure what them short punts did to him. I haven't seen any statistics
I'm not
yet
sure.
this
I didn't
week.
look at the stats, but I don't think he's top punter anymore. That was a tough ending,
Tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Because he was right there at the top all season long.
Yeah. It's a punt again. That's the same clip, I believe. So, yeah, getting downfield and covering, and great tackling by our guys making tackles.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Short return. Good
Yeah.
coverage.
Our screen's so big this week, it's hard to see it all.
Well, there's a story behind the monitor that we're watching.
Yeah. It's a great team D. Oh, this is the pick.
This is
here.
the pick.
Yeah. This is
the
exciting.
pick.
This really changed the tide of the game. And I'll tell you what, Tristan Gardner probably had 14 picks in practice last week. And I'm like, he hadn't had a pick all season. I'm like, if he doesn't have a pick this week, I don't think it's happening for him. So. But he was picking everything off in practice all week, and he did.
But here's the deal. If we could run that back, Logan, one more time. You probably need to put him back on the where the receivers or the running backs do and do some drills because if you see one guy.
Yeah, one guy got him by the shoestring. He could have had a touchdown.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. You should have saw Coach Yale's ups during that. Coach Yale got up.
Really? No,
so,
he's got to move.
One little shoestring. But, hey, you know what? It set us up for a score.
Absolutely.
Kid made a play. And I'm happy about the excitement on the sideline as well.
Exactly.
It was really fun. I think this is it.
Rough Riders have it in the red zone, obviously, and Aiden Hinkle just bulls this guy over. And I tell you what, I think the next play is the same from the end zone.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I think it's number 4. He just takes it right in the chest.
You know what? A testament to the kid. He's 4 years, went through some injuries. The kid squats 600 pounds. You know what I mean? He's the strongest kid I've ever met. So he's finally coming into his zone, and you're finally seeing that kid that we thought was always going to be that stud. So
if you can squat 600 pounds, he's got a great amount of leg strength.
Oh, heck yeah, he does.
And you can see it when he runs.
Yeah, and it's a legit, man. He drops his butt to the ground, and he's just a strong kid. So, yeah. this is a great job by playing assignment football on defense. Coach Yale's not recreating the wheel over there.
Right.
He's simplified, and kids are just playing fast.
I think that particular play there, the stop was by Jay Schaefer and Braxton King.
Yeah.
Yep.
D-line is really playing, and they're establishing themselves up front.
And speaking of Braxton King, I saw a couple of times he come trotting off on the offensive side. You put him in, a little beef
plays
up
a little
the
heavy
offensive
tackle. Yeah.
Does he?
So he slimmed down a bit when he came back. I told you he came back. You remember from last year, he was much slimmer. And then obviously he had that back injury and didn't think he was ever going to be able to play again, and spent a little too much time eating Cheetos. Exactly. But he's finally in shape,
Absolutely.
so you're starting to see him play football. So.
This one,
almost picked it off.
It's almost a pick right there.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, there were a lot of those that could have really changed it, and we dropped a few, but really could have changed the tide and made it a longer, not as competitive of a game, I guess.
Right.
So.
Right. And I'll tell you, there was a point in time, and we'll see it in one of the final drives, the final touchdowns that St. Mary's scored on to take the lead, is that you could see your offense, and especially Braden Sullivan. Let's go. Let's go. You picked up the tempo a little bit. I think possibly the offense realized that, hey, we're wearing these guys down.
Yeah.
Let's keep the pressure on them.
Well, it's a testament to our program. Like I said, we don't play a single guy full-time both ways. We rotate guys in on offense, but they're playing 9, so that's the benefit of playing two-platoon football. This is a screen that we blew up here.
Now, this is a good one. This is just everybody doing things right, pressure on the quarterback, and just hustling to the football and
making tackles.
I think, as a matter of fact, this was a loss in yardage. So
it's good for our kids.
Big play.
Yeah.
This next play is just a heads-up play by Sullivan, I believe.
Sharp dives on it.
Sharp.
Sullivan didn't get his elbows together, had me freaking out a bit. You got to field it. They like to field the ball back there, but they can't be doing that.
They do.
It was a great job by Sharpie jumping on it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a good offensive play. Nice blocking up front, the point of attack, big run by Hinkle.
Yeah, we're not recreating the wheel there either. We're just putting bodies on people and being physical, and that's the name of the game. So.
I think this is a sweep toward our side of the field by Sullivan.
Yeah, very good run by Sullivan. Nice footwork by Sullivan. They were honest, man. They were playing good defense. A testament to them and their kids, and they were playing extremely hard, and they were playing great defense, but our kids were making plays. So nice run by Sullivan there.
This next clip here, I think Colton Mabry gets the ball inside the 10-yard line, or we're already there, or he's going to get it close to the goal line, set up the Rough Riders' next score.
Yeah, it's a good run by him. Could have gotten the end zone there. But,
and he's a strong runner, too.
He's strong.
And he's fast.
I love that kid. He's a great kid. Just an awesome kid. I talk about it every week, but straight A student, and does everything right, and a physical kid, too. We have some physical running backs, which is nice to see. And this is Hinkle just getting it in the end zone. That was line surge. The whole right side got off the ball, which is great to see.
This is your kickoff team, and, of course, Jace gets his foot into this one. This one sails into the end zone for a touchback. It actually was,
I think, 5 yards deeper because we were off sides, But that was a heck of a kick, a kick by Schaefer. So I think he did it 2 times in a row or something. So we were cruising there for a while. We were cruising. So. Luckily, I got those young eyes. Man, there are too many of these, though. I'll tell you what. Salinas quarterback, he was slippery, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Seemed like we had him, and this was their touchdown that tied it up.
Yeah.
And the kid's a heck of a football player.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make plays. It's part of the game. And
and football is a game of inches. And you had him,
Yeah.
dead to rights for a loss. He was able to
slip out of it.
Yep. And complete the pass, and
obviously
they were able
that's
to get a
something
score.
we're working on, getting guys on the ground, wrapping up. It's one of those things that you gotta finish plays. So.
I think is this the same as the last play? Yeah, this is from a different angle.
Yeah, it was a heck of a play by their kid. I mean, we had him dead to
right
there, and he kind of let him get outside, and just a great play by their kid. Obviously we got to get him on the ground here and make him fight another breath here, but we didn't. So part of the game.
Yep.
So.
Rough Riders win it at halftime, leading 14-7, and I believe this was. I don't know if that is in the second quarter.
That was the third quarter. Yeah, that was their first drive of the third quarter. And up to that point, they really hadn't moved the ball a great deal, other than the trick play that they hit on us. So,
right.
It's a good run by Aiden again, just getting yardage, moving the chains, man. That's part of what we
think
do.
Let's run that one again. I chose this one because I think LeClaire comes around the corner and just levels that kid right there, and then just looks at him.
Yeah, he's a big physical kid, isn't he? And this time last year, I don't know if I would have said LeClaire would ever be a player, because he moseyed to practice. You know what I mean? Moseyed around, and he lost some weight in the off season, and he's a player.
Yeah,
maybe a Saturday guy, like I said, a guy that can play at the next level.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, I think a lot of people look for him, and I can recall a clip where he had like 3 pancake blocks on one run.
Yeah, counter against Elida. Yeah, he's got great feet. It's a fumble.
Rough Riders get a takeaway. I think on the season you ended up on the plus side of the takeaway column.
+5, yeah, and we need to continue that. We need to continue to take care of the ball and take the ball. Some big momentum changers. Slippery, man. I see Felver flying in, and that kid has a motor that never stops.
I tell you what, he plays with a lot of
6'4",
lot of passion.
215 too.
Yeah.
That's his height and weight. No, he's not. He's legit, probably 5'7".
I know.
Yeah.
Well, the other week when we were doing the rules of the game, and from Guarneri's, I had an opportunity to meet his dad and both of them, and I thought. And they're twins.
Yeah, they're twins.
And one's like 6'2", and he's like 5'7". I thought, then they're twins.
Yeah, Greg starts at guard for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And he's having a great finish to the year. Like I said, he refused to get fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's Rough Rider football. It's a good job just getting bodies to the football.
Yeah. It's going to be probably hard when it's all said and done and the season finally comes to a conclusion to see these seniors go.
Yeah, I really like this group. They were the COVID years, so they struggled in the classroom a little bit, you know what I mean? And then getting them back to where they are. But great group of kids, They sometimes don't always get a great vibe, but they're a good group of kids, and they'll do anything for you. And we got a while till that happens, man. So
I get that. I hear that. We got 5 more weeks.
Yeah, we got a while, brother. So, we're not going to talk that way yet. We'll talk about them here in a while.
Sure.
And talk about how much we like them. Yeah. They're a great group.
Yeah. I think this is a good kickoff return by Sullivan, I believe. He gets behind the wall. The wall is there.
This was actually this was a great return, because I think we were down 21-14 at this point.
Yeah.
And we needed some field position, because our field position had been crappy all night long with bad punts and just where we were at. So it was a great job by Sullivan. He did that on a punt return later too. Got us great field position. So. to say thank you again to Doug Spencer for the great TV. Here to that. That's a fourth down play right here. I think we're down 21-14,
exactly.
Fourth down.
Exactly.
And it's just a great surge.
And
so.
again, the line play,
Yeah,
and when you go like that, you obviously have a lot of confidence in your ball club in order to do that in that particular
100%.
situation.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. We do, and especially in our O-line. They're a great group of kids, and they execute.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they execute. They're big. You get great line surge. And
if we continue to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball,
right,
you never know.
Absolutely.
You know? Mm-hmm. It's a great job again by our offensive line, getting 3-4 yards.
Yep.
It wasn't a great one there, but I think our guys were getting on people. So that's the name of the game, being physical. It's getting late here, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, great run again there by Hinkle. Running a trap in there. And you know what? We had to calm Steinberg down because he was getting so excited after the play. Like, you got to come get the next play, man. You got to come get the – I love your excitement. Come get the next play, my man. So –
well, keep in mind, St. Mary's finished with 274 yards of total offense on 60 rushing plays and no passes.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have to use it, then don't use it.
You don't have to.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
we will and we can. And Steinberg's really coming along. I mean, if you came to practice, we throw a lot in practice. Yeah. And he's really right there. It's just the other night we weren't going to take a risk that we didn't need to take.
Exactly. Because you were moving the ball offensively, so why do it?
There was no point to
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. Didn't Woody Hayes have a good quote about that? Can't remember.
It's something like when you pass the football, 3 things happen, and two
of them are bad. There you go. Yeah. That's popped in my head. I was thinking that. So why? You know what I mean? Yeah, we can and we will. Yeah. I mean, it's just right now there was no point to it.
Yeah. Riders' offense have it inside the 5 and just bowls it forward.
Yeah,
and I think
tied it up.
On that particular series, when I looked down and Sullivan is just saying, let's go.
Yeah.
And I think they knew that they had him, on the ropes. They were getting tired. We were able to move them and push them back and do what we want with them. And so, just let's keep the pressure on.
Kind of like boxing.
Exactly.
You got them backed up onto the corner. You got to keep delivering the blow.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Kid was slippery though, man. We just couldn't get him down. Steve Felver got him down there though.
And he was fired up when he come off of that tackle too.
Yeah. I love his motor. That was a big series right there because we scored and there was still like 5 minutes left on the clock, and they could have easily took all the clock, drove it down, and we had no time. But 3 and out at them and got the ball back, and it's great from there. So. This was also a big play by Sullivan, who set us up with great field position to win the game. Could have went to the house. Probably a good thing he didn't, because then left way too much time on the clock. But it was set up, man. Oh, look at that! That was like the Gardner fall, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah. But it was a great return, and he set us up with great field position, and special teams win or lose you games all the time. Yeah,
absolutely. This is I believe this is the winning touchdown drive.
Yeah.
So these plays here.
Yeah.
Of course, here comes Mabry again, gets the corner.
This is a big run.
Once he gets the corner.
Yeah, maybe one of the biggest runs of the game right there.
Right.
Yeah, because I think it was 3rd down. I'm not sure, but it was a great run and great blocking by all. This is a touchdown run right here, I think. That was basically Aiden Hinkle just refusing to go down. Absolutely. And then Xavier Leclerc, 360-pound push. That's pretty good, And
I'll tell you what, I tell people this all the time. I said, I love to watch the student body.
Yeah, that was exciting, wasn't it? Yeah.
They come up with all these themes.
Yeah.
We watched them last year in football. We watched them all through the season.
Yeah.
In basketball, they'll do the same. This was jailbreak.
Well, yeah, I saw it down there. Because
they're all dressed in jumpsuit orange. And it was kind of funny because after the game was over, boy, they came on the field. It was exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I love the student body.
It's good just to get everybody involved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Salina has the ball. They have it, they had a decent return on the kickoff. They're going to start here at their own 40-yard line. They moved the football.
Yeah, we were doing
but there's another play by Felver.
He had two in a row.
Right
He almost
there.
had a pick on the next one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think we got that one as well.
The kid's just playing hard. That's the name of the game. And playing bigger than your ability sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's part of the game,
It's not necessarily the size of the body, it's the size of your heart.
It is. It really is. And you see guys, you see it a lot in the playoff time where guys that come around, you're just like, man, where did that kid come from?
Exactly.
So, and it's works in mysterious ways.
Yep, absolutely. Salina got it down, and they were threatening, in all honesty, and then the defense came back, and I think this one right here is the Sullivan interception.
Yeah, it was a great play by Sullivan. We were playing pretty much prevent defense, trying not to let anything go over our heads, and they were doing a good job picking us apart down this field, but Sullivan flies in there and makes the pick.
That was huge.
Yeah,
that was the game right there.
Big deal,
and then, of course, the next one is just a kneel.
Yeah, I threw my headset, and there was still a second left. I thought, oh, shoot. We're on the 1 yard line. We cannot. It's going to be tough to kneel it on the one.
Absolutely.
So, we kneeled it, though, and it was great.
Absolutely.
So,
So the Rough Riders win it 28-21 to round out the 2022 campaign. It's tournament time. It starts this Friday. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at this week's opponent and some of the other Western Buckeye League teams that are playing in the first round of this year's playoffs. We'll do that and more when the Bo Frye Show continues right after this.
You're watching the Bo Frye Show on Rider Nation Station, brought to you through the help of these following fine sponsors: Buffalo Wild Wings, Miller's Funeral Home, Eagles Lodge 767, Rabel's Auto Service, Plus One Professionals, All-Glaze Equipment Rental, Midway Trailers, American Legion Post 323, Albert Sporting Goods, Family Audiology, Speckman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Spees Chiropractic, Varsity Lanes, Minster Bank, VFW Post 9289, Guineri Pizzeria, and Fowler's TV.
Welcome back to the Bo Frye Show. I'm Joe Hurlburt alongside head coach Bo Frye. The regular season has concluded, and now it's playoff time. And, Coach, this week the Rough Riders will host Buckeye Valley, a team out of Delaware. But let's take a look at some of the Western Buckeye League teams that are in the playoffs and where they'll be playing. There's 5 Western Buckeye League teams that are in it. The top 5 as far as the schedule is concerned. Let's take a look at them. In Division III, Region 10, Defiance will play, and they will be at Lodi Cloverleaf. Defiance finished 6-4. Lodi Cloverleaf finished 8-2. In Division III, Region 12, both Salina and Wapak made it. Wapak will be hosting Wilmington. Wilmington, the 13th seed, comes in at 5-5. Wapak's your number 4 seed at 9-1, and because they are a 4 seed, if they win, they have a chance of hosting another playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Also in that region, as I mentioned, the number 12 seeds, the Salina Senior Bulldogs, come in 6-4. They are on the road. They will be at number 5 Bellbrook, that have a record of 8-2, and of course in Division 4, Region 14, St. Mary's and Van Wert. And Van Wert will be at home. They'll take on Wauseon, the number 11 seed at 6-4. Van Wert, of course, 9-1. They'll be at home. And, of course, the Rough Riders will be here at Grand Lake Health System Field as they will host Buckeye Valley. Now, if you look on Max Preps and you type in Delaware Buckeye Valley, you can't find them. It's Buckeye Valley, the Barons, but they are from Delaware. Of course, this is their first playoff game as far as other than the COVID year.
Yeah. I think they're excited, obviously, and we're going to have to make sure we're ready to get after it because I'm sure they're going to come in all juiced up.
And they're bringing people.
Yeah, they're going to bring some spirit
excited.
buses, and they're excited, and they have pep rallies and all that sort of jazz, and obviously it's playoffs.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And anything can happen. That's why you play them.
Yep.
Their head coach is Matt Stevens. Overall, Buckeye Valley finished the regular season 6-4 overall, 5-1 in their conference. They play in the Mid-State Ohio Conference, where they finished second. Some of the teams that are in their conference, maybe you're familiar with some of these teams, Bishop Reedy, Harvest Prep, who won the conference. Harvest Prep is out of Canal Winchester. And then, of course, Columbus Bexley is in there as well. People are familiar with Bexley. Mm-hmm. Some familiar names out of the Columbus area. But like I said, 5-1, finished second in their conference. They got a young quarterback. I think for the Rough Riders, this kid is 5'11", 155 pounds, Nathan Huss. He's passing for about 177 yards a game. Total yards, so he must do a lot other than just throw the football. Mm-hmm. He's averaged about 195 yards a game, somewhere around in that vicinity. But he's the key offensively for them, and if the Rough Riders can put pressure on him, could upset their whole offensive scheme.
Yeah, he's a young kid, managing their offense very well. I think they have 18 seniors on their roster, so they have quite a few seniors. It's just he's young running their offense for them. I'd compare their offense to a Salina, Elida-esque run, read type stuff. But they're in the spread, and they'll throw it around, and a lot of trick plays too. So,
a couple of running backs that you will hear from time to time. Garrett Slater is one of their running backs. Their wide receivers is Garrett Carey. Defensively, their linebacker Sam Jones averages about 8.3 tackles per game. So obviously the Rough Riders can't take this ball club lightly. I mean, and I don't think you have done that all season long. No. You'll come in just as prepared for Buckeye Valley as you would for any other team.
Oh, for sure. I think obviously it's the playoffs, and no one around this building is ready for this thing to end. So,
absolutely.
We're coming in. We're a great week of practice. We're getting better. That's the number one thing is we didn't shorten anything down. Everything's going like normal. And the kids are rolling like normal, and it's another week of the season that we're going to keep this thing rolling.
And hopefully the weather will be kind to us. Of course, throughout the entire season, I mean, the Friday night weather has been awesome. Have not had to set out in any wind or rain this year, so it has been good. And I think temperatures are supposed to be nice, maybe in the mid to upper 50s, but it should be a great opening round playoff game. So if you get an opportunity, come out to Grand Lake Health Systems Field and watch the Rough Riders take on Buckeye Valley. Coach, any final thoughts as we get ready for playoff time?
No, let's keep it rolling. It's an exciting time, and I'm excited for the community and excited for our kids.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best luck on Friday night. If you're not able to make it here to Grand Lake Health System Field for the contest, remember you can watch it right here on Rider Nation Station. Join Zach Farrell and myself as we bring you all the play-by-play action, and hopefully we'll be back here next week with another Bo Frye show. But until that time, so long, everyone.
You're watching the Bo Frye Show on Rider Nation Station, brought to you through the help of these following fine sponsors: Buffalo Wild Wings, Miller's Funeral Home, Eagles Lodge 767, Rabel's Auto Service, Plus One Professionals, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Midway Trailers, American Legion Post 323, Albert Sporting Goods, Family Audiology, Speckman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Speeds Chiropractic, Varsity Lanes, Minster Bank, VFW Post 9289, Guarneri Pizzeria, and Fowler's TV. Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.